Different day, same stuff when it comes to attacks on our First Amendment rights. Unfortunately. Let's take a look.
We're seeing a dramatic rise in anti-Semitism throughout the country. What do we do about it?
Well, Elon, thanks for having me. I'm glad.
The correct answer to that question is nothing. But let's hear what she has to say.
That people recognize the commitment of this president and the entire administration to fighting this evil amongst us. So I believe that quite a bit of what we're seeing online and in our universities and attacks on our houses of worship is funded by foreign governments and foreign evil actors, and that is definitely a focus of this administration to trace the money and understand who's funding it, because that's critical to stopping it. But on the law enforcement side, what we're doing is at every level, we are taking a zero-tolerance approach towards anti-Semitism wherever we find it. And that includes graffiti, that includes the anti-Semitism subtle and overt on our college campuses, both vis-a-vis the hiring and retention of faculty, as well as, of course, discrimination against students. We are using existing laws in innovative ways. For example, my department brought the first FACE Act case involving a blockage of a house of worship in West Orange, New Jersey, and I have personally, thank you, I have personally visited numerous synagogues in New York, Los Angeles, and other jurisdictions where they've been attacked. And so we are devoting federal law enforcement resources to this issue. We are raising our voices loudly. We are making sure that the community feels our presence. And the Attorney General personally has gotten involved in this issue, and I have her trust in dealing with them as well. So I always welcome feedback. Yehuda has frequent feedback from me. As anyone who knows him knows, he's very, very good about reminding us about issues. But we feel the need to make all Americans feel safe, and right now, there's a great need in the Jewish community. So call me, get to me. If I'm missing something, we really want to be of service.
Graffiti is going to be a problem. And she mentioned that the Attorney General herself is personally involved in this. We're going to hear what the Attorney General, Pam Bondi, has to say about this as well. But who we just saw was Harmeet Dillon. Harmeet Dillon is an Assistant Attorney General working in the Civil Rights Division of the Department of Justice. And if you put up the wrong kind of graffiti, you could have the federal government coming after you. Let's continue. Let's hear what Pam Bondi has to say.
Under her leadership, the Department of Justice has made combating anti-Semitism a top priority, especially in response to the alarming rise in incidents following October 7. She brings moral clarity, resolve, and an unwavering commitment to justice to this critical fight. Please welcome my friend, the 87th Attorney General of the United States, Pamela Bondi.
Miriam Adelson is amazing. What she has done for Israel, for our country, and for this world is second to none. Thank you, my friend. The sad truth is, for way too long, anti-Semitism has been allowed to grow unchecked in this country. Too many institutions have abdicated their moral responsibility to speak up. Too many so-called leaders have stayed quiet. Actions have consequences, and inaction has consequences too.
Inaction has consequences. So it's mandatory for you to take action, or you're in trouble with the Justice Department.
We've sued violent protesters under the FACE Act for intimidating Jewish Americans worshiping at synagogues. This is the first time since its passage, the FACE Act in 1994, that it has been used to protect a house of worship. Working with Secretary Linda McMahon, who has been a champion for you as well, and Harmeet, we have secured a...
And Harmeet, the woman we just saw being interviewed.
$200 million settlement with Columbia University for violating the civil rights of Jewish students and Jewish employees. We've secured a $75 million settlement with Northwestern University for anti-Semitic conduct. We've secured a $60 million settlement with Cornell that includes provisions to halt anti-Semitic conduct And we've launched a full investigation into University of California's system for systematic anti-Semitism.
So $200 million settlement, $70 million settlement, $65 million settlement, and they're going after the University of California system. Where's this money going to go? This over $300 million, $350 million that she talked about just right there. Notice she didn't say that they won any lawsuits. They got settlements. So the threat of a lawsuit caused people to just open up their checkbooks. They didn't want this smoke. That's scary. But what's going to happen to that money? Are our taxes going to go down as a result of them collecting this money? Or is it just going to go back into the system of fraud so that we can have more daycare centers in Somali communities or other communities that want to take advantage of the government? If our taxes aren't going to go down, what are they going to do with this money? Is it going to make tuition cheaper to go to those universities? Or is it just a punishment for them and the government gets, again, once the money gets to the government, what are they going to do with it? They're going to distribute it as restitution to Jewish communities? I don't know. It just seems weird that the Department of Justice is going this far on this kind of stuff. As I said in a similar video before with similar type of content, you can't force people to like you. I'm part of a demographic that doesn't get a whole lot of good press either. As a black man in America, I mean, we have some stereotypes that we all have to like hip hop, that we all have to get, that the N-word has to be fighting language to us, especially if it comes from someone who is not black or brown. That we have to risk fighting to the death because someone calls us the N-word, possibly going to prison as a result of it, getting into a fight. Ask your doctor if prison is right for you. So it's just uneasy to see these carve-outs on our First Amendment rights. Harmeet Dillon mentioned graffiti and that they're being creative in how they're approaching this whole situation of anti-Semitism. I don't know, I'm just, it's uneasy to witness this stuff. It is not constitutional. But who's going to take it to the Supreme Court and have them rein in this kind of stuff? If you got universities that have billions opening up their checkbook and writing a check for $200 million or $70 million or $65 million, and they're going after the entire University of California system and getting settlements for this amount of money, not going to court, getting settlements. They're not taking it to an actual judgment. That tells you how much people don't want this smoke. And that these types of carve-outs into our freedom of speech rights are likely going to be permanent. Let me hear what you think in the comments. Leave a thumbs up on this video. If this is your first time watching, consider subscribing. And maybe I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.